International podcast below the belt. Who vex lose? Who vex lose? Guys, it's great to have each and every one of you. It is Sunday, the 22nd day of May. Believe it or not, folks, the month has what? 8 days out, 9 days out, 31 days in May. We're 9 days out. Whatever you gotta do, you gotta pick up the pace. If you got some goals, you got some aspirations, you got some dreams you're chasing, folks. Now it's the time. You gotta pick up the pace. If you got some deadlines to month it's upon us. It's the 22nd day of the month. It is running, folks. It's on fire. It's on steroids. 9 days out to month 10, folks, and then we're in a June is my birth month. Believe it or not, it's my birth month, June that is, and I'm fired up as ever and ready to go, ready to hit another big number, folks. Why is it as you get older, the year comes by so fast? You know, when we were younger, it took forever for a birthday revolution. Now, since you blink, is another birthday. I done with that. I stopped counting. I stopped counting now. 9 days out to month end, guys. The 22nd day of May. Trust that you guys are great. Folks, the weather, it's rainy here in Georgetown, National Capital City, where we broadcast our international podcast from. Let us know where you're joining us from today, please, and thank you. It's what they're telling us. Hold on. I almost jumped there and I saw 11 degrees, but I see we're set to Ontario. Folks there, hope you guys stay warm. Let's see how it's doing outside. Let's see how we're doing outside. We're outside, folks. We're outside. Let's see how we're doing where we are. They're telling us, yep. There's the weather. 26 degrees outside, folks. 26 degrees outside. And they're telling us it feels like 29. I don't know. It feels like 26 to me. 26 degrees outside. And there's an 86% chance of rain in the afternoon. Folks, expect rain for the rest of the afternoon. It diminishes a little bit into the evenings into the evening to 82%, but it's rain, right, guys. Throughout the day, it's going to be rain. Throughout the day and overnight, it reduces to 51%. It's going to rain well into the evening, folks. If you're going out, walk with your umbrella, walk with your raincoat, whatever else you need to stay dry, your long boots, for instance. It's going to rain. It's going to rain. It's going to rain into the afternoon, folks. And we are so happy. We're so happy we got all you fantastic folks. Erica Hooper, Vanessa Andrews, Glycis Bigger Burn, Sean Gary Green has joined us, Roxanne Aaron, Wanda London is here as well, guys. We're so grateful. We're going to be talking to them about the same old PPP. Management by Install IMC. That's all they could do, And in particular, we're going to be talking about the GP, the Guyana Public Service Cooperative Credit Union. Is what? GS, whatever it is, Guyana Public Service, whatever's the acronym there. Guyana Public Service Cooperative Credit Union. We're going to be talking what's happening there and the removal of the chairman, some other shenanigans may be happening tomorrow. We hear the guys are going to have boots on the ground out there. Yep. We're going to update you on a couple of things first as we head into the next hour, guys. As we head into this hour, we're going to update you on a couple of things, and then we're going to get into that same old PPP. Management by Install IMC. That's what they're trying with, with the Guyana Public Service Cooperative Credit Union. That is precisely what they're trying with. Guys, we hope your Sunday has started well. Whatever happened, folks, this too shall pass. Believe it or not, however the morning started, I hope it was a running start. Hope it was a warm, dry start, folks. And you're being gentle with yourselves over this weekend. You are being gentle with yourselves over this weekend, folks. Good to see iCandy, Lisa P. Good to see Chisel Chipper 68 and Sing is here. Hula Lafferman Rubens is here as well. And good to see Isabella Butchers. Good to see you, Isabella. Good to see you, Marilyn Thomas and Norman Don Cook. Sandra Ford. Good to see you as well. Guys, we hope that you are great. What's for lunch, guys? What do you guys do for Sunday lunch? Is Sunday lunch a big thing still? Is it? Yep. Is it? I bought some Chinese food yesterday. I think I'm going to have some brought forward. Sunday lunch, please and thank you. Warm and nice leftovers. I'm not a big fan of leftovers, but I bought some fried rice, bought some long mein, and that long mein was delish. So I think I can make an exception. I'm not a big fan of leftover food. Not a big fan at all, but I think I can make an exception today. Again, that Longman was delicious. I can tell you how I bought it from because I know you're gonna be packing out there, and I little petty like them. A garden but Chinese restaurant, jealously. Looking forward to that. Alicia Thomas, we see you, and Pretty Melissa. Very subjective. Pretty Melissa, very biased. Pretty Melissa. Edward Gonzalez from the Bronx, we see you. And Sing is here. Yep. Isabella Butters and she said Chip are having a conversation mindless me. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Go right ahead, folks. Go right ahead. Stephen Jarvis and Lois McKenzie. Good to see you. Marilyn Lorimer is here. Good to see all you fantastic folks joining the podcast from around the world. Maureen Coppin Williams joining us from Seattle. She says, breakfast here for me in Seattle. You know, whatever time it is, breakfast here is breakfast for you. Full stop. Right? Do let us know what you're going to be having. Bought some plans this morning. Early at Border Market. Looking forward to frying some of that, folks. It was raining cats and dogs when I went into Border Market this morning. Cats and dogs. One point thought the car was going to flood. You know how you are. I think Border is probably one of the only, if not the only, drive-through market in the world. You know, you wind down the window and you engage the sellers there, and water beating into the vehicle. Made it out alive, Joe. Made it out alive, folks. Good to have. Is it Makisha Woodman? Good to have you, Makisha Woodman from Maryland. Makisha from Maryland, MM. Makisha from Maryland, up in the Hizzers. Good to have you. Good to have you, Edward. Edward is stuck. He says he's from the Bronx. He's not letting go of that. He's from the Bronx. Don Johnson, good to see you there too. Not only bought some plannings, but bought some, I think, some pak choy as well. You know, pak choy. No, it's Mr. Pak choy. Mr. Pak choy. I think the woman said it was two heads of pak choy for $500. I think that's what she said. There was two for 300. Yeah, two for 300. Mr. Pak choy, and then got some Borichu. Borichu very expensive now. It's a seller's market, not a buyer's, right? They had $800 and $1,000 parcel. My lord! And if you see, it wasn't too much. You could get like a whole basket of Bora for that kind of money. That was a little head of Bora, little head of Bora. Yep. You know, you gotta do vegetable rice, and you can't do stew and rice with Bora. You gotta do vegetable rice with a piece of meat on it. We gotta do what we gotta do, folks. We outside, we out here. Desiree Emmanuel, good to see you, and Amanda Daniels, good to see you. Leon Goberdan, good to see you as well. You know, it's Sunday, the 22nd day of May, and Leon's still out here arguing, but SOPs. You know, some folks ain't gonna let it go. Some folks ain't gonna let us go. Oh, Leon, release us, Leon. Release us and let us go. Release us. Forgive us, Leon. Where was the sin we committed with these SOPs? Release us. I beg you, Leon. Go forth, Leon, and be great. Go forth and be great. Release us. Leon out the argument strong, but SOPs. Argument strong, you know. All the things that falling apart in this country is big. It's big issue. Is SOPs. But go along by the High Court. Them boys got it. You know, the Chief Justice had asked for those SOPs from GCOM to be deposited with the High Court. That's the only place, you know, authorized to talk about GCOM and the court, that is, to talk about SOPs. So if you could go down there and Chief Justice Roxanne George Wiltshire will give you a hearing. Maybe you can work on something with these SOPs. Dennis Booker, good to see you as well. And Alicia Johnson, good to see you. Happy Sunday to you too, Alicia Johnson. And all the other guys. Julian Mars, good day to you too. Happy Sunday. You know, in the vein of Alicia's comment there. Happy Sunday, Alicia Johnson. Comment, keeping with that. Happy Sunday, Julian Mars, and all the other guys. It's really good to have you. I want to say first and foremost, you know, respect and manners to this organization called Ipology. just keeping you abreast with what's been happening over this weekend. Respect and manners to Apology. Respect and manners. And guys, if you have a comment you might want to share with us, I think I'm going to allow you to say anything that's on your mind. I'm going to allow you guys to, you can send a short voice note. I'll be sure to play it. Anything you might be on your mind. Could be something positive, could be a quotation, some encouragement. It is Sunday. I know people tend to be introspective, reflective on Sundays. And again, respect and manners to Apology. It had an awards ceremony recently, and I think this was a brilliant, brilliant initiative for Apology to give out what they call, let me see if I get the phrasing right, cash grants to young people in the business sector. 5 youths were awarded cash grants on Friday, and Apology, this in particular, folks, it's the International Decade for People of African Descent Assembly, and this is the Guyana hub, the Guyana iteration of it, however you want to put it, but it's the Guyana arm of it. Apology. Again, this is the International Decade of People of African Descent. It deals with that, and this group awarded 5 young business persons some grants to keep their businesses moving forward. And I really want to say respect and manners to Apology. And all of these guys who were awarded, and if it wasn't for this, I probably even wouldn't have, known about some of these businesses, which I think is a plus for them because, you're getting some free PR here. They give out a grant to, is it Quebec? This business is called Clinton Samuels of Quebec. Clinton received $500,000. Nice time, Clinton. Clinton Samuels. Nice time. All right, and that money is going to be used again to further this business, Quebec Vision. And then you had Erlicia, is it Heronimo? Erlicia Heronimo this could be Car Organics, right? Or Kiar or Organics. I would say Car or Organics. You guys might pronounce it better than I can. It's Khayr. And then you had Brian Smith of Dragonflies Geospatial Aerial Productions. Dragonflies Geospatial Aerial Production. They received $150,000 in this cash grant from Apology. And then you had also German Hall from Country Boy Farming Supplies. They got $75,000 cash grant. And Delon Simpson of, is it Cookie Aquaculture? They got $50,000. Yep. And again, according to the report we have here, these youths were the top 5 winners from Apology's Youth Committee's second annual Investathon and pitch competition. Yep. This is Apology's Youth Committee second annual Investathon pitch and competition. Fantastic work, Apology. And one of the things that are always hampering small businesses, of course, is finance. And not to say it in a braggadocious way, but I was able to raise some money for some similar young businesses and youth groups a couple of years back, and it was such a delight to be able to empower them. Money takes money, folks. It takes money to do your own little research and development, to invest, to expand. It takes a tidy penny. So I again respect and manners to all of those folks who are part of the management and leadership of Apology for going down this road and being such a blessing and inspiration to young businesses, for being fuel in the tank to help them to move forward. And I hope that these young business people use this opportunity to really and truly hit the ground running and continue to do what you're doing, and just move forward. So again, respect and manners to Apology for this fantastic initiative, and the youth committee and all the other folks who are making this possible. I know these young people are going to be so thankful. Dishon Alexander, good to see Dishon. Welcome. Carl Fortune, good to see you. And Whiskey Session John Jones, good to see you as well. Yep. So you have that happening, Apology and that grant award ceremony that was held on Friday. And then you have also happening, guys. Uh, Christopher Jones is taking the Commissioner of Police and the Attorney General to court. Yep. And this is over the appointment of Clifton Hickens as the Commissioner of Police acting. This court action is around that. The appointment of Clifton Hickens as the acting Commissioner of Police, and Christopher Jones' attorney is none other than Senior Counsel Roysdale Ford. And we wait to see what happens. The police force haven't been too successful in some of their recent cases of this nature. And this litigation, the heart of it says that the invocation of the doctrine of necessity to appoint Clifton Hickens they're challenging the invocation of the doctrine of necessity to appoint Mr. Hickens as the acting Commissioner of Police. They're challenging that decision to use the doctrine of necessity to appoint Clifton Hickens as the acting Commissioner of Police. And I know that our affiliate website, Credible Sources, did some work on this, put out an article on this just today, folks, and I commend that website to you. Again, this is Credible Sources. They put out a story on this as well today. And as part of this action, folks joining us from around the world, as part of this action, Jones wants the court, Christopher Jones, the parliamentary opposition chief whip, wants the court to declare that the invocation of the doctrine of necessity by President Ali, install Efren Ali, that invocation of the doctrine of necessity to appoint Hickens as acting Commissioner of Police is unreasonable. It's ultra vires the Constitution, common law, and is illegal, null, void, and of no legal effect. And that all the actions of Mr. Hickens has taken so far are null and void and to be of no force or effect. That is what Christopher Jones is asking the court to declare, folks. Again, that the invocation of the doctrine of necessity by President Efren Ali to appoint Clifton Hickens, to install Clifton Hickens as acting Commissioner of Police, it is unreasonable, ultra vires the Constitution and common law, and illegal, null, void, and of no legal effect. And that all actions Mr. Hickens has taken so far are in of themselves null and void and to be of no force or effect. That is what this litigation is contending with Whiskey Session and Savage Rizal and Linda Webster, with Anthony Bubble Matthews, Ali Masjid. That is what the contention is at the heart of the contention. Tamika Thomas. Yep. So interesting days ahead, folks. No doubt. Interesting days ahead. And I want to commend Village Voice to you folks for your reading pleasure. Lots of good information here. And we picked up some of that from Village Voice today. A beautiful front page here that says outrage over DPP's decision. And we dealt with some of this only too recently. Yep. I commend that to you. And some other stuff happening on the international front, guys. Some other stuff happening on the international front. Believe it or not, Candy Lean in the Jeet. She's Irish. Candy's Irish people. Some of y'all are DC. Leon Gobedat, believe it or not, Sabbath Rizal and Marlon Thomas. Believe it or not, Cheryl Mulrain. Believe it or not, today's International Day for Biodiversity. Believe it or not, International Day for Biodiversity 2022. Yep. And just in case you don't know what that is as yet, and you're trying to find your base, sometimes the little things that evade you. And as one gets older, folks, I tell y'all, next month is the birthday month. As one gets older, it depends on the hair grease you use, and your memory keeps slipping. So in case you don't know what biodiversity is, this refers to biodiversity or biological diversity or biodiversity, refers to the the variety of all life on Earth and the ecosystems in which they interact. Right? It says here in our notation that biodiversity is crucial for all the processes that support all life on Earth, including humans. It's against this backdrop that the theme for this year is building a shared future for all life. Building a shared future for all life. And folks, how apt that is. How apt that is. How apt that is. I'm hearing myself talking in my headphones, and I remember the woman said to me the other night, I think it's on Friday's program, if not Thursday evening, or affiliate in the Ring program, and she said, "Oh my Lord, you had to talk so much this evening. I was worried about you. I wanted to send a juice for you." Oh, oh. Folks, I'm telling you, I love doing what we do here, bringing you guys valid and credible information and letting you know what the jagabats and trench crappos, the tadpoles and cricketers, scarecrows, carrion crows, and jumpy birds, what they're up to. Love keeping you guys informed. And, I don't feel it so much, but I can hear myself getting a little hoarse. I won't mind a little wet throat now. Like Spangle Bird and Ivory Roberts. I won't mind a little wet throat now, but we're going to make it through by God's grace. He's got us. Even when we don't think the Almighty, the man upstairs, the man with the angle, the big man, even when we think he got we, folks. He got we. When you think it's you one alone footprint in the sun, it's carried the man carrying you. And he has carried me so many times, carried my family so many times. And I'm thanking God. I'm thanking God today for so much in my own personal life. He keeps carrying us. Is he got me out here looking good and sounding good, even though we could use a wet throat today. Savage Rizal and Leon Goberdan. I tell folks, you don't have to agree with us to come here. Right? This is what it's all about. Let's fight. You have a different view, a different opinion. Let's fight. Early on today, I was outside, as I was telling you guys, and I saw a car overboard. I'm going to share that photograph on social media later on. A car overboard in the Lamaha Canal, just around Cam Street there. In the Lamaha Canal, the man drive overboard. So I stopped to grab a pic, and I think it was the driver, as I the driver of the car, the driver of the tow truck, say, "Don't cut from in the ring." He went on to say, "You all vexed with all the progress you all see, and all the progress on the Jack New." All the progress, right? But before he said that, he went on to say that is Jack New drive the car overboard. I says that Jack New is the jumpy bird. Jumpy bird. But I love that. I love that. I'm happy we live in a country where people can put their views forward without any fear of recrimination. That's it. I love that he came out that way. He said, "Yeah, but you think it's Jack Neo driving this car overboard?" But I know it's a Jack Neo, it's a jumpy bird. I know it's a jumpy bird. Right? He said the progress was the hot in y'all, but he know progress when he see this. So he see how that price in the supermarkets recently. If this gas price jumping up and up is progress, well, I ain't want more progress. I ain't want none of this progress. Right? The production of sugar down, bauxite down, paddy down. That's progress. Yeah. Every world leader said they had an initiative called the Jagdeo Initiative in 2005. Right? They were trying to do much the same they're trying to do now. Right? Trying to bring down the food import bill for the Caribbean. Noble in and of itself, no doubt. Noble in and of itself. But leader after leader said the thing failed. Right? That's progress. So I smiled at my brother and I said, "Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Have a great Sunday. Happy Sunday, sir. Have a fantastic Sunday." I want that to all of you, whether you agree with us or not. I mean that in the most genuine way. All of you guys have a fantastic Sunday. And, the ring is for all of us. You must, in a democracy, you contend with ideas. I mean, I won't mind getting in a ring with some of y'all and knocking y'all teeth out. I won't mind throwing a belly y'all, chest in y'all throat, right? But you contend, for the most part, with ideas. You contend with ideas. That's what the fight is. right? And not the pian ideas, the best ideas must go forward. We must come away from racial voting and racialism, or as the man say, racial wisdom. We must come away from that. This time we progress as a nation. The country must move forward by ideas, right? The strongest ideas. So it is International Biodiversity Day, right? So I want to know how them boys celebrating it, knowing that, they've had such an assault on biodiversity locally. The fishermen keep crying out, right, about the low fish yield. They ain't catching the fish they used to catch before. They're not. And I told you of that study that the FAO, this is the agriculture section of the or agriculture agency within the UN, said that they did, and it's not necessarily ExxonMobil. This according to FAO. It's climate change. They're attributing it to climate change and the fact that you got more rainfall than usual, and the fresh water, kind of pushing out the fishes from where they used to be ordinarily. That's according to FAO. Me since the chumby born is 10 boys. Since they come. Climate change there between a little while. You tell me since 2020. Suddenly the fish is moving. It's them. It's them boys. All right. So you got that happening. Right. Biodiversity, all these shifts, climate change or otherwise, FAO or otherwise, happening. Right. And then you tell me climate change caused them to mow down all the mangroves. Huh? All the mangroves from what's the place name in Region 3 there? Huh? And also on the East Coast, where ExxonMobil putting down their shore base or whatever they're putting down there. Huh? They mow down all the mangroves, and we all know that mangroves are good for the prevention of soil erosion, among other things, and an ecosystem in and of themselves. So we can say climate change. I know the FAO check into that. No, it's the expediency of them boys making money. Money got for make. So it's interesting to see the posturings on International Day for Biodiversity 2022 under the theme Building a Shared Future for All Life. Them boys is building a future for the pocket. It's not for all life. Don't be fool yourself. So happy International Day for Biodiversity. Right? Happy International Day, guys. Building a shared future for all life. But that's the thing. That is the crux of the matter there. The crux of the matter, brothers and sisters, is that elections got consequences. Right? And it handed us some animals and they treat us anyhow. Right? And we have another chance to respond to that in another election. And from the looks of things, it's sooner rather than later. Sooner rather than later. So while that is happening, folks, let me take you a little bit international, and then we come back to our subject of discussion. Right? In Australia, there's going to be a change in government. The people fed up with the incumbents. I wish that kind of wind of change would sweep this side of the hemisphere. Sweep this side of the hemisphere. So as I said, Australia had an election overnight, and the Australian Labour Party, according to the international news and reports we're picking up, looks like they likely win, and they are coming into government after 9 years. After 9-year hiatus. I don't know if you want to say you're in hiatus if you're in opposition. But after a 9-year hiatus, and believe it or not, the issues which were crucial, you all hear that? The issues which were crucial, right? Not the pigmentation of somebody's skin, right? Not the texture of the hair, but the issues, Patricia Kissoon. Right? Lauren Jones, the issues. Here's linking the issues. Angela Jordan, the issues that were key there. The main issue was climate change, and they felt that the Labour Party there put forward a better platform. And the Labour Party look like they're going to be the big winners in this election here. Again, this is the first win for the Labour Party since 2013. The first win for the Labour Party under its Labour leader, Anthony Albanese. And Anthony Albanese is set to be the 31st Prime Minister of Australia. As you know, Australia is still a British subject, to put it simply. And Anthony Albanese is set to be the 31st Prime Minister, and the incumbent Labour Party leader Scott Morrison um, has all but conceded defeat there. In Australia, elections got consequences, got consequences. And we have an impending one sooner rather than later. It looks as though them boys are going to they don't like local government elections. These jagabats and trench crappers. So it looks like they're going to forego local government and head into a general election to try to get a mandate, because this installation looming over them. They don't like that. But big congrats to the Australian Labour Party there for that win. They beat out overnight. And big congratulations to the Labour leader, Anthony Albanese. And that's what's happening, guys, across the pond. That's what's happening. That's what's going down across the pond. And before we bring you guys back closer to home as we talk about the same old PPP and the management by installed interim management committees, IMC, we're barely getting out of COVID. Well, y'all know locally the numbers going up. Gladstone Matthews, I hope you appreciate it. Locally, the numbers are edging up back. We had 2 deaths, 2 COVID-19 related deaths overnight. One the previous day. The numbers are going back up. According to the authorities, we are registering about 10 positive cases or so in those low double digit numbers for a little while. And these aren't accurate, because they're now saying that if you're doing only get tested if you have severe symptoms, one, and then if you're doing the home test, you don't have to tell them and all that. So these numbers are very conservative. But we've seen these numbers go up from 10 to now 99. I saw a latest figure, I think either Friday or Saturday, 99 confirmed cases in that one day. But it's all these big events we're hosting as though we have found the cure for COVID as against mitigating medicines that we have in the COVID-19 vaccines, right? That's how they are operating, so they have found a definitive cure for COVID-19. And so this is how people are still dying from COVID locally, and they're still being exposed to the infection. So while we're grappling with COVID, Gene Williams, while we're grappling with COVID, Carolina Reynolds, we got monkeypox. Right? We're going good since the bird throw down by the access road. Right? By Jumbie Board Square, Jumbie Board Drive. Since the bird throw down there, monkeypox in my backside. Monkeypox in my skin. And so, in world news, folks, the World Health Organization says it expects more cases of monkeypox to emerge globally. Can you believe that? So, guys, you got to be so careful. But, I'm grateful that we were already in the throes of COVID-19, so the social distancing and all of that, it's going to work for us as long as you adhere to it. Because one of the things I heard in one of those international broadcasting with CNN, they were saying that this monkeypox is what do you call it? It is transferred by skin to skin contact. I think I saw that. And so the report we have before us says that the World Health Organization said it expects to identify more cases of monkeypox as it expands surveillance, as the WHO expands surveillance in countries where the disease is not typically found. Is not typically found. As of Saturday, 92 confirmed cases were revealed. 92 confirmed cases and 28 suspected cases of monkeypox have been reported from 12 member states of the WHO, from 12 member states that are not, this is important, that are not endemic for the virus. So it isn't usually found in these states, but yet monkeypox is turning up. Folks, some people say it's the end. Some people say it's the end, is COVID-19 and all the variants. The last is BA2. You had the some I forgot some of them by Delta and so on. The last iteration of the COVID-19 virus was the BA2. Now we got monkeypox with it. But I've heard the health experts say they are two vastly, vastly different diseases. All right? Two vastly different illnesses. Don't let me use the word disease. All right? I don't want to talk out of turn at all. Two vastly different illnesses, COVID-19 and monkeypox. But it's still something to look out for. And then, we spoke just last week about the Sahara dust cloud over the Caribbean. Oh, Father. I can see people saying it's the end times. I won't doubt you if you have the feeling, because sometimes I feel the same way. It's feel like you're coming for your world. Man upstairs with the angle, like you're coming for your world. Like you're coming for your world, But God. But God. So monkeypox, we got to be on the lookout for that. Right? We got to look out for that. And it's been turning up in some places like let me read a section of this for you. Let me read a section of this for you. The report says that available information suggests that human-to-human transmission is occurring among people in close physical contact with cases that are symptomatic. Right? Human-to-human transmission is occurring among people in close physical contact. Yep, yeah. I ain't hear them boys here talking about that yet. I ain't hear them boys here talking about monkeypox yet. We always late. So maybe around July, August, then you can hear, we operating like we have monkeypox with us. I know Frank always suspect. I rather suspect. And a suspect. So that's how it looks as though things are going to go down. And, I want to thank the folks down at Starbuck News. And the international stories we've touched on there comes out of the Sunday Starbuck. Another good source of information, We don't have to agree with Starbuck News, right? But this bit here, international news, we're commending to you. And on the front page of the Starbuck News, they say here, CARICOM heads agree with urgent plan to tackle food wars. Yes, because COVID-19 has laid bare things as they are. Right? We didn't run with food, clothes, and housing nation. Burnham gave us that since the 1950s, not so? Since the 1950s, clothes, food, and housing nation was a national policy. Them boys didn't want that. They come with their own thing. Grow more. That was their thing. Grow more. And then grow more because paddy production down. Sugar production down. Right? And even for the extractive industries. Bauxite, they wanted to say they can make bauxite great again. Bauxite down. Now we're hustling with manganese. Y'all know the folks, you got some folks here on this live with better institutional knowledge than I have, who understand the days when what it meant to be the bread basket of the Caribbean meant. You all understand that better than I can articulate. The stuff I can pick up and talk about, food, clothes, and how the nations, why going drought from A Destiny to Mole and other publications like that. Right? I can talk to you about what I've read, but you have lived it. Food, clothes, and housing nation. And some people thought that kind of ethos and political ideology was harsh and so on. Isn't that right back there we going, man? Isn't that right back there we going? And so the front of the Starbuck News reads, CARICOM heads agree with urgent plan to tackle food wars. Urgent plan to tackle food wars. All right. So, Burnham's ideology was ahead of its time. It's right back there we come. Right back there we come. Right back there we come. So that being said, folks, let's head into our topic of discussion for today. Same old PPP. Management by installed IMC. Management by installed IMC, Interim Management Committee. This seems to be the way them boys like to go, right? IMCs. And we've seen of recent several of them popping up because as long as the leadership of these friendly societies um, uh, that borders on these unions and such and so forth got independent leadership, them boys don't like that. Them boys frown on any kind of independence. Either they can put in the people to do their bidding or they mash up the whole thing through interim management committees or IMC. They mash up the whole thing. And we saw recently, as I said, some IMCs being put in. They can't help themselves, you know. They can't help themselves. So we saw these IMCs being pushed in. Right? We saw it at Linden with the Linden Utility Cooperative Society Limited. Suddenly, them boys wake up one day and think, oh, the union, the cooperative society there isn't functioning well. The same day, Debbie Prasad went to a meeting there. It's the same day she already got an IMC with names to install. Right? You go there to find out what the problems are. You got an IMC to install, a full list of names. Right? So you judge, jury, and executioner in one fell swoop. One fell swoop. Right? And I know Debbie Prasad might be a decent person, right? Doing the bidding nonetheless. Doing the bidding of Joe Hamilton, right? And the other Jagabats and trench crappos, right? No doubt, perhaps she's a decent woman. No qualms with that. You gotta do what you gotta do. Right? Debbie gotta eat her bread. So Debbie gonna be beholden to her master. She gotta eat her bread. But in the meantime, institutions and cooperatives like the Linden Utility Cooperative Society get mashed up because them boys want their own people in there. And the same was done at the West Demerara Market Cooperative Society. Right? They got to control everything. Cameron Dramjutan, leader of the Alliance for Change, AFC, puts it as control freakism. They got this need to control. Control freakism. It's a Jagdeo ideology. Right? And that is why I smiled this morning when the young fella with the car overboard says, y'all must be vexed with Jagdeo progress. I was smiling because I thought how odd. He didn't say Irfan progress. He said Jagdeo progress. Right? Even he know where the power lies. Even he, the man in the street, could see past the masquerade. Could see past the masquerade. And so they've tried it with the West Demerara Market Cooperative Society. They install an IMC there. And they don't finish yet. They're now warming up. They're now Debbie / Hamilton. Now warming up. We saw it also with the Amalgamated Transport and General Cooperative Credit Union quite recently as well. Them boys come back. Same old PPP and management by interim management committees or IMC. Them boys come back. So they've already installed 3. The Linden Utility Cooperative Society Limited, the West Demerara Market Cooperative Society, and the Amalgamated Transport and General Cooperative Credit Union Limited. Debbie on a roll, boy. Debbie on a roll. Debbie got the bread. Right? If Debbie can carry out the orders, you can find work for Debbie. Debbie got to eat her bread. And Debbie got to do as told. I cannot fall the footmen. Right? I tell Debbie, resign in protest. How Debbie cheering eating when the month come? How's your husband eating if he got a job or what have you? Debbie want to eat her bread too. So Debbie got to do what Debbie got to do. But the other side, and those who, are going to suffer and are suffering because of this, just like Debbie, got to do what they got to do as well. Right? So Linden Utility Cooperative Society Limited, Western Wire Market Cooperative Society Limited, Amalgamated Transport and General Cooperative Credit Union, Amalgamated Transport and General Cooperative Credit Union Limited. All within the last 2 months, And 2 months is at the far end, could be within the last month. Right? 2 years and they just discover these things are functioning right, and we need to put in IMCs. And that is precisely what, brothers and sisters, Fenton Tiwari and Ronald Ramnarai, that's precisely what Hazel Williams and GT Boy, precisely what they're trying with at the Public Service Cooperative Credit Union. All this masquerade and dancing around, is either we could supplant the leadership. I can hear Aubrey Bishop in my industrial law class using the word supplant, and the way he said it. Just those Sunday mornings, we were young and craving academic nourishment, in his white short pants and his shoes with his socks just below his knee, if not above. Professor Aubrey Bishop is different. I can hear him talk about supplanting in an industrial context when I was doing industrial law. So if they can supplant the leadership, right? That's the first phase. That's what they're doing at the Guyana Public Service Cooperative Credit Union. Supplanting the leadership, then they mash it up and they install an IMC. Right? But I didn't think they bank on the pushback that they got. They thought it would have been an easy walkover. And I think it was a woman sitting in the avenue among the protesters recently that put things into real context about how silly it all seemed. They just come one day without even giving the chairman, Trevor Ben, a proper hearing, right? Without even putting the issues to him. We vex with you for this or for that. Give him a chance to kind of walk back and, any perceived missteps he had made, alleged allegation, to give him a chance to, come on the straight and narrow, management-wise. No. One no confidence motion out of nowhere. And you all, lots of you, perhaps, saw the press conference. Oh my. After the press conference the management team held recently, you want to fire the whole management team. The whole management team. Because if Trevor Ben, that is the chairman of the Public Service Cooperative Credit Union, if he bad, I don't know. The rest of them looking real thin. And so this was a young lady giving her views outside of the union quite recently. And I thought when I heard it, this is the thing, self. This is the crux of the matter. And this is how the majority of the membership feels. Listen to her put the case. Right? Listen to her put the case about why this is so surprising. Why this is so surprising. Right? Stunning almost. Right? Let's give her a listening ear. Let's give her a listening ear. Quite surprising, stunning almost. But this is the thing, sir. She hit all the right notes. She hit the nail on the head on the nail. Right? She made a lot of sense. And this is the general feeling of the membership. And there is no coming back for this management team. They have made a huge blunder in their premature no confidence motion. And they will continue to suffer publicly for it. Listen to her.
Is I've been a member of the country for over 2 decades. And what is happening recently, I'm very concerned.
Let me know if you
I was
can hear
given
her.
an opportunity this morning to speak with some members of the committee, and I was able to ask a couple of questions. As I speak with you, I am not convinced that they know what they're about. I asked particularly what was the basis for the no confidence motion. The response I received, for me, amounts to something personal. I asked, was the no confidence motion debated? No, it was not. I asked
Let me
if
know if
the
you can hear her.
chairman was given the
Thanks,
opportunity
Fitzgulliver.
to answer to the allegations contained therein. No. And they offered a plethora of instances whereby they tried to make contact with the chair. They tried some social media platform, they tried some messaging, and they're convinced that the messages were received and read, and the chair did not attend the meeting. I said to them, from my vantage point,
Thanks, Naomi.
that um, I believe some blunders were made. The steps taken for me is not sufficient for them to have entertained the no confidence motion. Two, what about due process? And I said to them, I'm appalled. I am appalled to the fact that when I look around as to the composition of the committee members, I know that proper decisions should have been made. My thing is, because they yes, my position is because the process used to host the chair was flawed. For me, the chairman remains. There is no need for a reinstatement because the medium use was flawed. I came here this morning because I thought I would have been able to be given the opportunity to sitting as an observer. That was denied. I therefore said to the Mr. Ben that why, as a long-standing member of the credit union, permission cannot be given for me to sit as an observer. I need to know what is happening. I need to hear what the decisions are because I am now overly concerned that management for this organization is lacking. Substance for the issue is lacking. Now, I also inquired from them that look, there was a press conference. I listened to the press conference and I left the press conference more concerned than when I joined. Because when pertinent questions were being asked, you hear that we signed to confidentiality. Then why host a press conference when you know you signed the confidentiality and you can't answer the questions? You're not making any sense at all to me. I reiterated that look, for me, it is principles, not men. I am not looking at persona, I am looking at the principles involved. And from my vantage point, I am seeing that the committee erred. The committee erred. And that is all I want to say up to this point. There's a plethora of issues that bothers me as a member of the credit union. And therein lies my concern.
Yep. And I want to thank Royce and Drake's production for that, and their news in depth rather. Royce and Drake's productions, and their affiliate news in depth. I want to thank them for that excerpt there. You've heard that? That encapsulates the whole issue that obtains right now, the whole issue. And you heard her talking about being denied as a member to sit in and hear what the management committee is discussing, right? herself and others, trying to get a feel of what is happening in our union. How come things gone awry? Just like that, things are going nice, nice, nice. More products, more services being offered to membership, and then suddenly bacchanal in the leadership, right? No confidence motion and talks of an interim management committee. Bacchanal, purgatory, confusion powder. Why all of a sudden? Huh? Saying to put on the zombie board. Why all of a sudden? And so here's an exchange between some members of the union, asking to listening to what's the discussion happening in the management team, right? Here is an engagement between some of the members and the management team. My oh my, my oh my.
Due to the circumstances currently,
It is a direct.
it is a direct.
Remember, are not
showing 80 to 1. It's not going to happen.
part of direct.
There is nothing that prevents
I am
members from
saying
sitting
this
in a
is
meeting
not-
of this nation.
It is a direct.
Yes.
No, there is nothing that prevents.
Showing 80 to 1 if you allow that.
Show me-
Members, with all due respect to you
No,
folks,
so,
it's a director's meeting and you're not allowed. You don't feel respected.
that's
So
a
what we treat you very,
What do you
we
think
have
that's
been,
okay? I mean, like,
we have been very respectful to you. In what way?
Disrespect. What nonsense.
Yeah, this is no. What, listen to this. No, this, I have issues. And I don't think I have this space any for.
She felt disrespected. Her colleague said that is okay.
I'm sorry.
No, your colleague needs to apologize.
Yeah, but that's
How can you say something member that's like,
No, I don't respect it to that.
you are taking this directly to her? No, the only thing you want to hear is an apology. You cannot say to a member.
So she doesn't need to, she don't need to just.
You cannot say to a member. Speak to the person that you disrespected.
let me address you.
No, address the person that you disrespected.
You asked me.
Address the person, no, you can't apologize.
All right, all right.
Unnecessary.
How can she say, oh, okay, for them to feel disrespected?
So this is the issue that I have. We have an issue at credit union where it seems as though the members are basically unaware of what is happening. You just read in the media, the printed media, and on social media that X, Y, and Z is happening. That is, we're doing this change and blah, blah, blah. We noted the press conference that was out there. The members of this organization has no right to come and voice their opinion to the committee. What was as far as I'm concerned, and this is not anybody putting words in my mouth. I am a member. I feel very disrespected. I feel as though we are respected.
She's not finished.
That a decision was made at the level of the committee and the members got to see it in the papers. Is that fair to us? I don't know what's the plan. And the thing is, the grounds on which you guys are saying that you have.
What are the grounds, ma'am?
Let me know.
How can we have a dialogue like this? And now we're going to speak.
Okay.
Come on now.
Okay.
No, you can't. Listen.
But
No.
she asked what are the grounds?
If you want to speak,
No,
she put a harsh on this. You are the make that at this level, we shouldn't be telling people that. At this level, she doesn't have time to waste. Imagine you want to be managing our money, and you're saying to us you don't have time to waste. I mean, what nonsense is that? We are insulted by what we see
No,
here.
man, it's not any reason to be insulted. I first started addressing you. I simply and very respectfully, I am being very respectful. Indicate to you that this is the director's meeting. And so members are not invited to the directors.
Yep. That's some of what went down there as members tried to get into the meeting to see what was happening. That's some of what went down there, folks. And I'm being informed here, Gloria, I see your comment there, and Gloria, who has been one of those persons out there making her voice heard as against what is happening. says to us that the same old group is the same group. The said group had a meeting quite recently, chaired by the secretary of the management committee, and voted in Karen, I think this is Van Slytman, as chairperson. No surprises there. No surprises there, my lord. My lord. What I'm frightened about is if such little power and authority can go to people's head, that the backbiting and backstabbing and overthrowing. Imagine if you give them more. Imagine if you give them more. Imagine. But this is the same old PvP, though. Nothing out of the different from the playbook. If you can control it, right? It can be independent. Right? There is no room for independence. If you can control it, then you mash it up and you put in an IMC. So then the first phase right now. Then the first phase. Right? How could this union that just a few short weeks ago was like a lamp set on a hill, was shining, how could it have made this drastic descent into decadence and decay? You know how? Them boys. Them boys. They're like a banyan tree. Nothing don't grow under them. Them boys. Oh, people getting car and house and so on. How dare them? Oh, yeah, I want to take credit union card now and just be able to push in the ATM and get your money. How dare y'all want them kind of progress? Dividends pay? We don't pay dividends. How dare y'all? Progress? What name, sir? Yeah. New fancy building? Y'all think y'all deserve that? West side? Don't come around be funny. Fancy chairs and gazebo and so on in the avenue. Y'all moving too fast. Y'all smelling y'all sweat. Y'all getting too big for y'all boots. We can stop your progress. Y'all getting too big for your boots. So Karen Van Slytman is the installed chair. Right? Now you got all the other installations. Right. It reminds me of what I heard Louis Farrakhan said years ago. Fantastic mind, fantastic art. All my skin folk is not my kinfolk. Right? All my skin folk. It took me a little while, a couple of years, for to register. All my kinfolk is not my kinfolk. I can left that with y'all as we wrap up. I can left that with y'all. Right? I can left that with y'all. You mightn't get it now, but some things we understand better by and by. I can left that with y'all as we pull the curtains down on yet another podcast. I can left that with y'all. Who vex lose? Who vex lose? Same old PPP. Management by installed interim management committee. That's how they know, you know. They can't win nothing the right way. Carry the people to AGM. That's what they ask for in a petition. Call a special AGM. If the current people feel that it's so good for the union, the membership can elect them. Call a special AGM and get a fresh mandate to lead. If they want Karen as chair, they can vote Karen in. Oh, Father. Huh? They can vote Karen in on valid votes. And the results can be credible. Huh? But let me go with a democratic ethos, man. Huh? Isn't that we like democracy, transparency, good governance, accountability? Oh, we could talk the talk, but when it comes to walk the walk, not a story. Not a story, right? Not a story. If you don't know them boys by now, right, you will never know them. All my skin folk. Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan says, I'm a skin folk. It's not my kinfolk. Right? You shall understand it better by and by. Folks, that's our time. That's our program today. And I'm so happy that hundreds of you joined us. Make we look nice with the shares. Smash that emoji for us and partner. Folks, we're rushing up to Mountain acutely with uh, all the concomitant responsibilities for keeping these programs on air and going strong. And that's why we encourage you folks to partner with us. Y'all know we got Cash App available. We got Zelle. We got PayPal. MMG. You know, we say it in a braggadocious way. All for your convenience. All for your convenience. We are available via MoneyGram, Western Union as well. So you can help us to keep going. Every cent counts, folks. And you've seen by now we've been good stewards. We've strived to be good stewards, folks. Everything goes back into keeping these programs alive and well and moving forward, advancing. So partner with us. Thanks for joining us, folks. That's our time. Guys, it's Mingo Byrne, Orvin Don Cook, Joylyn Cook, all the cooks here. All the cooks come out today. Robert Pops Archer, thanks for partnering with us. Again, all you great folks out there, see you guys back tomorrow. 8 sharp, we with FYI, and then you know the lineup. Back below the belt at 12, and then we in the ring at 8. And all the while, we've got our affiliate website, Credible Sources, available at crediblesourcesgy.com. Fresh stories up there, folks. Take a read. Add to your weekend, quote-unquote, coffee table reading. And I hope you guys are picking up on your reading. Among other things, keep expanding your minds. Keep expanding. Don't only read down to your benefit. Find something beneficial to read. I got a whole stack of the morning papers lined up to keep going through. Lined up here to keep going through. And I got some books in my virtual bookshelf. Thanks to, what's the popular one for Amazon? Kindle. I got my Kindle app on my tablet, and I got my bookshelf, and I got some things there. I've been going through, easing through among all the academic reading and other stuff. Let's push ourselves, folks. Let's push ourselves. In all of us is a capacity for greatness. In all of us, whether you're a supporter of the PPP, a supporter of APNU, AFC, in all of us, you got the seeds, the potential. Go after those things. You know, we're running up to mountain, pick up the pace. All are welcome below the belt. All. You belong to a political party, no political party. Straight, gay, lesbian, whoever will. Rock and come in. And let me fight it out. Strongest, best ideas. Right? Functional, useful, good ideas come to the surface. And that's how we going to move this country forward. Together. It belongs to PPP. It belongs to APNU, AFC. It belongs to WP. It belongs to all of us together. And this is how we're going to do it. By the will of the people. That's something our friends at the Public Service Credit Union can learn. Thanks for joining us. That's our time. Share the broadcast. Smash the emoji button. Partner with us. See you guys tomorrow. Stay safe, folks. Stay safe. I said stay safe. We don't talk. Stay safe.